see. Alright. We are back with Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Continuing with the Lich. As far as I can tell, I did take care of just about everything. Oh yeah. Hey G, you wanna talk? Alright, I want to know more about you. How much is more? Are your family tieflings too? My family is an interesting story actually. But I don't tell it to just anyone. My father and mother had a bakery. Their life was great, but the gods never blessed them with any children. One day my mother went to the river to wash some clothes, saw a basket floating downstream. Inside the basket was a baby, adorable and chubby and fast asleep. It was yours truly. In my hand was a note spritz with expensive perfume that said, "Take care of my little angel." My mother brought me home and she and my father realized right away that I was heaven sent. They raised me as their own. When I turned 15, my mother showed me my baby blanket. It was embroidered with the coat of arms of an unknown kingdom, all in gold thread. Ever since then, I've been looking for my real parents. But it's not easy. Traveling takes money. So if you have a few gold coins, I'll pay you back as soon as I find my real family. I give you my word. That doesn't sound very believable. Seriously? Usually everyone just believes everything I say. People love stories like that, you know? A cute baby, a basket, a blanket, what's not to love? They look at me differently, as if I'm worth more just because the sheets I spit up on might have had a fancy coat of arms on them. Molded laughed bitterly. If I was really a prince, I wouldn't be sitting around here, I can tell you that much. I'd have already gone to take what was rightfully mine. And then I'd come back with an army, so I could watch the guards and merchants who pushed me around all my life bow and scrape before me. But that's not gonna happen. Wanna hear the real story? The true story is boring. My family is human, both my father and my mother. They used to live in a village nearby, I forget the name. When my ma had me, my old man got so mad, he almost killed her. Pinned her to the wall and started asking questions like why his son had horns and a tail. Well, my ma told him that her mother, my grandma, used to fool around with a demon. When he heard this, Daddy Dearest got drunk, trashed the house, and then took off. I don't remember any of this, of course. My grandma told me. I was about 3 years old when my mother brought me to Canabras and left me with my grandma. She said to her, "You and your demon have ruined my life, now you handle him." Then she left. I haven't seen her or my dad since. She did leave a blanket though, that part was true. But my grandma burned it because it was infested with lice. It wasn't even good enough to use as a rag. You think after all that my grandmother saw the light, felt rightly ashamed, and kissed my horns? I wish. Woljif grins nastily, his yellow eyes flashing. People used to give her trouble for fooling around with the demon. She wasn't welcome anywhere. So she got angry. Normal kids get bedtime stories, see, but the only tales I got told were how my dad was worthless, my ma was a slut, and I was demon spawn that no one cared about. She only kept me so I could help around the house and steal things she needed, so that's the truth. Tell me the story of your family? Oh no, yeah, alright, he already said it. How did you become a thiefling? Woljif grins happily. I already was a tiefling, and life made me a thief. I've been in this business since I was a kid. My grandma used to say, if you don't work, you don't eat. And she gave me as an apprentice to Jaeger, a tiefling neighbor of ours. He was a cunning old geezer. He knew how to take a purse off somebody's belt, how to cut open bags undetected, even do some magic. I used to climb through basement windows and open doors from the inside while I was still small enough. And when I grew and stopped fitting through the windows, I decided I was done with my education. I repaid my grandma for everything she'd done for me, which was absolutely nothing. Why would I feed her if she wasn't bringing me any money? If you don't work, you don't eat, so I took off. I got bored of my teacher too, but when I as much as hinted at leaving, he said I owed him for my education. So I just nodded, and then I joined the Owlbears, the gang that ran our district, and told them that Jaeger was working their territory. I don't know what happened to him, but I stayed with the Owlbears. Then their leader started giving me the cold shoulder. I did steal from him, but never that much. So I had to rat them out to the guards. Then I joined the Golden Hands. That was a good time. Rich pickings. I would have stayed with the Golden Hands, but the Northmen promised me a bigger cut if I told them where the Golden Hands kept the loot. I'm no fool. Of course, so I told them. After that, I only had one option, to join the Northmen. And then the family came. At first, no one took them seriously, called them thieflings and all that. But I felt it right away. They had power behind them. And they had more money. I'm always on the winner's side, Chief. That's why I joined the thieflings. And right on time, some thugs came from the capital and made the Northmen leave. The ones who survived are in the family now, too. Tell me about the thieflings. Alright, I won't tell you everything, but I can tell you a little. The thieflings are Mendevian thieves. The gang was started in Mendev's capital by someone or other, and soon after they spread all over Galarian. They're called the family. You know why? Because us tieflings are easy to spot. Wherever we go, guards always hassle us, asking, "Are you lost or something, Hornhead?" We usually say we're visiting family. And if they say, "Oh yeah, who?" you give them the name of a local thiefling who confirms everything, even if he's never seen you before in his life. That's why we're all brothers and sisters. There are rules, who does what, who gets what cut. I won't say it's a lot, but they make it worth your while. They'll even heal you if you take an arrow. But the biggest no-no is this: you don't steal from the family. If you don't contribute to the shared pot, you'll get the cold shoulder. You won't be treated like family no more. And then everyone will hear that you went to visit some relatives who have a farm someplace. My best guess? The farm is in some underground well beneath Canabras where they breed grave worms. If Sister Charisma and our boss looked the other way more often, I'd really be able to spread my wings. From sister that's low. Nobody should live under the constant threat of punishment. You could kill Charisma and take her place. Molded laughs. Now there's an idea. Nice try, Chief, but I'm no killer. Never have been, and assassins are expensive. You know they bumped up the prices last year? I asked a friend of mine why he charged so much, and he says to me, I've learned to see the true value of my work. I read in a book that whatever you think you're worth, that's what you'll earn. Can you believe it? I didn't even know the mug could read. So I can't just have Charisma taken care of. It's too much trouble and no one will like it. People respect her, mean as she is. What do you think of Canabras? It used to be such a hole. Then the Crusaders and refugees came here, and things started looking up. Although it depends on who you ask, I suppose. Witches better steer clear of here, because Iomede's followers are ferocious, especially Home-Run Shapa, the local inquisitor. He's a tough old goat. I didn't see it myself, but a serving girl at the tavern told me that her second cousin's son from his third wife is a paladin, and he said that Home-Run takes an unsheathed sword with him even to the privy, and when he sleeps, he puts it on the pillow next to him, and when he's in his cups, he strokes the blade and whispers sweetly to it, "You're my one true friend. You are the only one I can rely on." Arabeth's given us a hard time, too. You as much as look at some nice shiny nice little bauble, and before you can think of taking it, before your fingers even twitch, she's coming for you, with her nostrils flaring and her fangs glinting. Scary woman. But even she's better than Sister Charisma, our boss here in Canabras. By our, I mean the Thiefling's boss. If you get caught by Arabeth, it's all out in the open. You go to prison or you end up as worm food. But if you step on Charisma's toes, poof, you're gone, just like that. No one ever sees you again. All you'll hear is, "He went to the family farm," even though he's never had a family or a farm. You have demon blood in you. Do you feel drawn to the abyss? Walter's tail whips back and forth nervously, raising clouds of dust. Why? Are you an inquisitor or something? What's it to you? If I've wronged you somehow, just come out and say it. Don't ask me trick questions. I know how it happens. I used to know a fella. He was married to the sister of a guard. Some shady types got him drunk one night and started asking him suspicious questions about the gods, about the queen. So he wakes up hungover with a headache. Someone's mumbling something, it smells like smoke, and his feet are kinda hot. He looks down and there's a fire under him, and the prelate is reading out his sentence. Damn. Your shadow looks strange. What kind of magic is that? Ladies and gentlemen, roll up, roll up. No dark magic, no fraud. A trick without any deception. Wool just snaps his fingers and blue flame engulfs him. The shadow that was previously lying calmly at his feet grows, floating in the air behind him. It is the shadow of a huge horned winged demon with claws. Ta-da! It doesn't do anything, it just looks scary. I remember when I was little, an old beggar showed me and my friends how to make shadow puppets. You put your fingers together in front of a light, and it makes the shadow of a deer or a dog or a dove on the wall. I tried so hard. I wanted to make the best shadow, and I did. It just happened. Woljif chuckles sadly. Funnily enough, that's the last time I had any real friends. They tried to stone me later, screaming at me, calling me a demon. A tiefling is always a demon to these wimps. Even the lowest ranking drunken gnome thinks he's better than me, just because he hasn't got horns and a tail. The poorest beggar in the filthiest gutter thinks he's better than me. Most people would never show their shadow again after the first time, but I don't care. If stones start flying again, I'll just run. I'm used to it by now. Like it, demon message to the count off. It's a harmless illusion. Didn't show it to anybody. Understand? Yeah, it looks formidable. I like it. Wool just chuckles pleased. What about the blue fire? That's my favorite part. And it doesn't burn at all. If I had a coin for every time I've caught a beating for my little show here, I'd already be proposing to Galfrey. But still, I don't want to give up something so beautiful. And about your shadow again? Yep. Nothing new. Alright. No, I want to ask about something else. Hey, Chief. Nope, there's nothing else. I have to go. Let's talk later. Wool just shrugs. Whatever. You're free to do as you please. Alright. As for Woljif, yeah, I already equipped him. As best I could, anyway. Alright, so this personal chest has some stuff in it. No swarming. Just take it off. Alright, what do we get? Magnificent plume hat. An extra 5 to max HP. I don't actually need that for myself. I'll give it to Sela since I have her tanking. Let's see. Dashing Cavalier's gloves. +1 morale bonus on attack rolls. In addition, gives a +2 to damage while mounted, but I'll still get the attack roll bonus. Alright, we'll just at +6. And she's at +7. Oh, but Windwalk's at +9. I'll give it to her. Yeah, so both her attacks will be at +10. That's good. Rat catchers. Goggles. +2 damage and swarms. Sure. What else we got? Exorcist Bracers. +1 damage against demons. Yeah, that's fine. It's either Sela or... I'll give it to Windwalk. She's my main attacker anyway. Free Dancer's Boots. Remove Impairment. Yeah, we'll give that to Sela. Silver Tongue Amulet, +2 competence on persuasion checks. We'll give that to Alucard. Let's see. Perception and Lore. More Nature. And this gives a bonus to all the knowledge checks. Who's got the best perception anyway? He's got a -1 perception, so not Alucard. Wool just got +7. Windwalk's got +8, +7, +7. Okay. So I'll give it to Windwalk. The Hedgehog. And then all knowledge, lore, and nature checks. Probably give it to you. Yeah, we'll give them to Alucard. Instead of the Scroll and Magic Missile. I'm gonna stop there. Everything in here, so I'm gonna head out. Alright. Match Canobras. No, you're not saying anything new. What's going on? Right. Commander, look what we've got here. Are you too mad? Whatever. We didn't steal nothing, Commander. We saw some looters dragging it down the street. The shiny fellow belongs to the treasury. I can't read it fast enough. Run, see to it that no one lays as much of his finger on the button. Let's see. I can still go back and actually read what they said. Alright. That whatever possessed you to steal from the gem golem from the Tower of the Distraught Museum. Explain yourselves. So we didn't steal nothing, Commander. We saw some looters dragging it down the street and we captured it. Now this shiny fella is our trophy by rights. That shiny fella belongs to the treasury. The inlay alone is worth more than the castle. Oh, I really don't like the idea of leaving this thing unattended. Joran, see to it that no one lays so much as a finger on this golem or plucks out a single gem. And the same goes for you two. Your new mission is to guard this shiny fella, as you call it. And that's what's going on. Since it's the
I'll go ahead.
Play. Do the survivors have anything new to say?
Time's not waiting.
Nope. Talk to the Crusaders. Commander's right. Can't just leave a prize like this lying around. There's thieves everywhere not these days. Man, why did we drag this thing right here right away? Should have sawed off a finger first. We'd have been rich. The magnificent and glittering golem, encrusted with gems and covered in intricate, flowery embossing, triumphantly exclaims, "Happy to be of service. May Shellen brighten and vivify your day." Shellen. Shellen, also known as Eternal Rose, the Eternal Maiden, and the Incorruptible, is the goddess of art, beauty, love, and music, and the half-sister of Zon-Kutan. Shellen focuses just as much attention on inner beauty as outer beauty. In her role as goddess of beauty, Shellen also promotes the creation of art and the composition and performance of music. Clerics of Shellen frequently are artists themselves. As the goddess of love, Shellen encourages the proliferation of that feeling in all its forms. She is not the goddess of sexuality, lust, or fertility, and draws a very clear distinction between love and sexuality. Although she does not in any way discourage erotica, the few paladins who worship her practice courtly love. Okay. What are you? I am a prestigious... Oh my god, that name. A prestidigitator golem. Many millennia ago, I was built by Aslanti clerics of Shellen, the goddess of beauty, to make the world a better place in my joyful service. I have visited many lands, and for the past few centuries I have resided at the Temple of the Sunrise Chrysanthemums in Tianxia. But then the good clerics saw fit to offer me as a gift to the Mendevian Crusaders so that you could share in the beauty I can create. Can you do anything useful? My creators granted me the ability to place illusions on various items. I can change their color and texture to make them more beautiful and appealing to the eye. Would you like me to cast an illusion over your armor to make it green? Green is a very pleasant color, and it would match your eyes. How did you end up here? I was in the Tower of Astrat Museum, but then some not beautiful people came and started smashing everything. I asked them to show restraint, and that's when they decided to steal me. After all, I am beautiful and very valuable. They dragged me down the street, but I didn't want to go with them, so I kept stopping. The least beautiful of my kidnappers threw me over his shoulder and tried to run away with me. But I am very heavy, so his back made a very not beautiful crunching sound. He started yelling, and then everyone else started yelling, and some of that yelling was directed at me. And then they started hitting me with their not beautiful weapons. And then some good crusaders drove them away and brought me here. And now I've been lumbered with you. Waste of good metal you are. And instead of working, I'm supposed to keep an eye on you so no one's tempted by the walking treasure trove. Adjourn there. What was it doing? What can you do to help the war effort? I was not designed for any type of combat, yet I can bring beauty and harmony to any type of combat. Once you cast illusion on my gear, happy to be of service. So, basically, okay, so what? I can make the cloak look like a cloak will look like so I can't make him look like he's wearing armor if he's not. I can make him look like he's carrying something aside from the sword. That's about it. Nope. Yeah, we got nothing. Jornbane. A grizzled dwarf turns a blade in his calloused hands, carefully inspecting its edge. When he sees you approaching, he sets the blade aside and greets you with a nod. A new face in the city. You picked a good time to come to Canabras. As you can see, we're in sore need of warriors. Do you know everyone in Canabras by sight? Well, not everyone. But I make it my business to know the people who might need my services. The blacksmith's work isn't just at the anvil. Of your kind, we only have one or two at a push. There's Gimel, the tavern keeper. Great lad even if he's not one for talking. He's talking about Dan Keeper. Are you Staunton Vane's brother? Yep. Where he goes, I go. That's how we've always done it. Even before the war grew. I forge the armor, he goes into battle and breaks it. He brings it back to me, and I repair it and make it better than before. Everything's changed since then, of course, but that part has stayed the same. How was Staunton to blame for the fall of Dresden? I've told this story so many times already. Well, telling it one more time won't kill me. The blacksmith sighs. Dresden was built after the First Crusade. Back when it seemed like victory was ours for the taking, and that the demon invasion would soon be at an end. The population of Old Sarkoris was thoroughly diminished, and many of them hoped to see their hard fighting repaid with a small plot of unclaimed land. Dresden was a fortress built on all our hopes, and on Mendev's ambitions, though you're not supposed to say that out loud. What a city it was, Alucard. You can't even imagine. It was built by the finest engineers of the Five Kings Mountains. Queen Galfrey spared no expense. Dresden was meant to be the capital of the Crusade movement, a monument up to its glory and a beacon of hope for all Valerians. Heroes were drawn there to seek fame and glory, and they came from all over. Taldor, Garun, Vientia, I couldn't list them all. A relic known as the Sword of Valor was kept there. The banner that had been carried into battle by Iomade herself, back when she was still human. That banner protected the city and kept the demons from teleporting inside its walls. As long as the banner was in its place, Dresden was invincible, or so we thought. Sword of Valor. The greatest Crusader relic. The Sword of Valor is a banner once carried to battle by Iomade herself. It was both a symbol and a powerful artifact which emits an aura that blocks demon powers. However, the banner only works this way in righteous hands. Hidden from the eyes of believers, it loses its properties. But then the whirlwind suddenly expanded. The demons launched a new onslaught, and folks started saying it was time to declare the Second Crusade. Dresden was unassailable until one young officer was tempted by a beautiful woman. She convinced him that the banner shouldn't be hanging in the city, and its rightful place was on the battlefield. She whispered honeyed words about glory and valor, and convinced him that he could be a hero as great as Iomade herself, and the poor fool believed her. He rounded up some of his hot-headed friends and carried the banner outside the city gates on an unauthorized foray. The demons slaughtered them within seconds. But for some reason, the courageous ringleader was spared. A whole army teleported into Dresden. It was a bloodbath. Joran solemnly shakes his head. As you can guess, the officer was called Staunton Vane. And the woman turned out to be a demon. Not just any demon, but it was Minago, that foul wretch. She's given us a lot of grief in Canabras too. Just don't ask me what I was doing while my brother was off having trysts with that beast, and why I didn't save him from his own stupidity. The blacksmith gestures as if to ward off the inevitable reprobation. Who could have guessed it would end up like this? I failed my brother, that's the truth. I blame myself every day, looking at his plight. So that's the story. What do you have to... Why do you have your forge here in the tavern yard? Wherever I am, that's where my forge is. A true master of any craft will always find the tools they need. I miss my old forge, of course. It's now just a pile of charred stone and metal. But I've still got my hands, and that means I can work. Show radiance to Joran. Do you recognize this sword? Do I recognize it? Of course I do. I made this with my own hands. There's my brand, see? The dwarf carefully takes the sword in his hands, gazing at it like a doting father. Oh, Yanio, things have been tough without you. But at least we've still got your sword. That's something. Joran returns the sword to him. In battle, ordinary swords get blunted. They break. But sometimes a weapon can preserve. I don't even know how to explain it. I'm no authority on these things, but something like an echo of the deeds done with that weapon. Or more like the reflection of the wielder's soul. I don't know. I will say one thing. Take care of that sword. Yanio may no longer be with us, but the demons will still remember why they need to turn tail and run when they see radiance. Ugh, this scabbard's all worn. We can't be having a fine sword like this being carried around in this tatty thing. I'll make you a new one if you like. If the city stands strong and we both survive, come see me again, and I'll have it ready, no charge. Show me your wares. Bulk selling. We'll keep the ever-burning torches. It's not like I have a whole lot of money, but I might as well see what they have. See, +1 bandit mail, +1 heavy shield, their armor. Deceiving facade. Right, I can hold a buckler with this character. With +1 buckler. Basically cast mirror image whenever someone crits you. Okay. Attrition dagger. +1 dagger when it's a hit on an enemy, does constitution damage. And constitution doesn't drop below 5. That's fine. Detainer. +2 heavy crossbow, gives a fort save, DC 16. It knocks the target back down and saves him for only 1 round. Pain Channeler, Falcata, +1 Bastard Sword, Fancy Great Club. Alright, so far it's looking like nothing I can actually use. I could give someone this +1 crossbow. On a crit, does an extra 2d4 force damage in a 10-foot radius. That's not bad. Okay. Light Hammer of Righteousness. Just an additional +1 holy damage on that. Okay. Makes a severe strike. Does extra damage on the crit. Let's see, crit sickle. Does the extra d6 of acid on any hit. That's fine. And then after that, it's looking like just a bunch of masterwork weapons at best. 3 Star Knife. And if I see a nunchuck, and I know he sells every item every exotic item there is. 3 Kama, Sai, War Axe, Strop Tongi, Sling Staffs. Okay. Woven Argrosh, Shard, Gnome Hooked Hammer. Nope. It's not selling everything. Sawtooth Slash. It's an exotic weapon, right? Yep. Alright. It's not a bad selection of weapons. I just figured I would look for the one thing that they apparently don't have. We got Star Knife, Sai, Earthbreakers. Okay, they don't have a dueling sword either. Okay, that's 2 different weapons they don't have. But that's fine. No, I'm not taking any risk.
know the way.
I pushed the wrong hotkey bar. I meant to just press the button that changes camera angles. Instead, I pressed the one that tries to make me Rex right away.
I know what to do. Follow my lead.
The last thing to do before I head off is loot everything in the area.
As it should be. That is not far. And we are going to sell this now because we want to avoid getting over encumbered too much. So we might sell this as well. Hindsight's 20/20. I don't need to. I know I'm not going to be crafting. I'll go ahead.
Yet. I'm not going to be taking. I'm going to try to avoid taking too many long breaths.
I know the way.
So while I'm running around in town. Let me go ahead and put all this extra treasure that's still in my inventory into the personal chest. So we keep the protection for the cold protection. We should use a bit of that. All of this, but I'm going to put away all the ingredients in this. Oh wait, no. Keep the first aid kits. So far, so good. Anything else on it? Nope. Will do. Do you have used magic device? Adds +6. Alright, good job, Roger. Take that. Oh, you can't use these? Alright, well. You can at least use the scrolls and magic missile. Shield. Okay. Yeah. Any second now.
Follow my lead.
Alright. Now we head out.
As it should be.
Take the magic with us. Yeah, that's fine. Alright. Let's see. There's the thiefling hideout that I agreed to go to. Which, I'm fine with doing that right now. The market square is literally in the opposite direction. Back from the library. If the library needs me to go to the town square, this is the Texan wine cellar. So does the silken thread. So does the tower of straw. Like literally, outside of very few locations, everything needs me to go for the market square first. So the only thing that doesn't is going to the thiefling's hideout. Right. So let's go deal with that. Fallen horse. I can't ignore it. Right, if you fail your stealth check, you get into random encounters. Which, honestly, isn't that bad early game anyway.
They will break against our resolve.
It's just for experience points.
The light take you!
First things first, we please.
That is not far.
Let's go. Let's go. Seriously, folks, hideout. Okay. Okay. The basement is dark and dank, and you are immediately struck by the hostility of the gathered tieflings. 5 of them are kneeling along the floor, or along the wall, separate from the rest. The tall woman, who had been cleaning her fingernails with the tip of her knife, greets you with narrowed eyes. Brother Woljif, you got my message then. Sorry I couldn't swing by sooner, dear sister Charisma. It was just one thing after another. First I was in shackles, next... Well, no, I was still in shackles. And I was being watched. And then the chief got me out. And I came here straight away. I knew you'd be waiting on me. Enough talking, or else we'll be here all night. So, we had a clear plan. We were going to wait for nightfall, slip into the shop, grab the goods, and leave. Even if the neighbors called the guard, there was time to get away. But what happened? That bitch Arabeth showed up almost right away. She knew we'd be there. Somebody betrayed us. And I have a good idea who it was. What do you have to say to that? Make it quick. Do you think Woljif knows the name of the traitor? Charisma turns to you. He speaks. I thought Woljif only brought you here so he'd have someone to hide behind if things went south. Yes, he knows the name of the traitor. Every gang that Brother Woljif has been a part of has very quickly come to an end. Their hideout location was passed to the guards, or their competitors found out where they could ambush them. Woljif is the only one who always comes out smelling of roses. If you think about it, you'll come to the same conclusion as us. Okay. Canabras is burning. Why are you here? You squabbling here? Nah, I don't really care about the city either, so I'm not gonna bother with that. Woljif, tell us your side of the story. What happened? What's there to tell? About a week ago, Sister Charisma got 6 of us together in this very basement. Me and those 5 over there. Woljif jerks his head toward the 5 tieflings kneeling by the wall. She rounds us up and she says we've got a score. Ancientries and wonders. The one place nobody's ever been able to hit. The place that's guarded by a golem. But now a powerful scroll that would knock out the golem just happened to come into our possession. Along with a tip-off that the shop owner would be gone on a particular night. All 6 of us know a bit of magic, and we know that any enchanted junk will sell for a pretty penny, so we're in. And the most important thing was that none of us was to be hanging around about the shop ahead of the job. No casing out the place, no calling attention to ourselves from either the golem or its master. This job was top secret. That's all true so far. Go on. We did everything right. With the logs and the golem, I picked the log. I remember it clear as day. Sister Dalna was on lookout. Brother Melroom had the scroll. Doffy, Tabby, and Varner brought the sacks. We covered the windows and lit the torches. I remember scooping up rings and tossing them in a sack, and one right expensive one rolled away from me. I crawled under a table after it, and next thing I know, Arabeth was there. Everybody scampered. But I was still under the table. Not my finest moment. I was going to wait it out, but then those blockheads were dragging me out by my tail and put me in shackles. They took all my rings off me, about 20,000 worth. And to add insult to injury, I never even found the last one. In the end, I got busted over nothing. So they caught you, poor thing, stripped you of your loot, and you didn't even manage to stash anything. Charisma is pointedly polishing her knife. Where's the moon of the abyss, Brother Waldif? What is the moon of the abyss? It was an amulet. It used to sit on a little cushion in the window of Ancient Trees and Wonders. Sterling silver, sparkled like a star. Fine piece of work. On one side there was a half moon, a crescent, a waning moon. And in the middle there was a dark crystal, like it was eclipsing the moon. Old man Philemon was so proud of that amulet. He used to say, "I'll never sell it. It's the jewel of my collection." Waldif sighs unhappily. I used to go there to see what kinds of treasures there were in the world. There's nothing else to look at in Canabras. People used to claim it was a powerful thing, but who's to say? If you ever stole a thing like that, you'd have the guards on you the second you tried to fence it. Everybody knows that you were always hanging around Ancient Trees and Wonders, drooling over the moon of the abyss. Did you think you could swipe it in all the commotion and keep it for yourself? Did you hope that we'd all be locked up and you'd get off scot-free? And with a fancy trinket to boot? Don't take me for a mug, Waldif. I see right through you. Why would Arabeth arrest her own informant? Took the words right out of my mouth. It doesn't make any sense. If I was the rat, I'd have kissed her on the hand and been long gone by now. You know me, sister. I'm a cautious fella, not an idiot. Why would I go against the family? So the fish in the cellar can have a nice Waldif-sized dinner? The moon of the abyss is a pretty bauble to be sure, but it's just an amulet. It ain't worth dying over. You knew Arabeth's people would protect you. You knew you could pin the moon going missing on them. And now you've come here with backup. You knew exactly what I was going to say to you. The only problem is, nobody's returned the amulet to Finland. Are you giving Arabeth a cut? Is that it? Have you seen her? Do you think she'd take a cut of anything I offered her? She can't be bought. She's like 3 heralds of Iomade all rolled into one. He speaks the truth. You'll find some knights who'll take a bribe. I'm sorry to say, but Arabeth Tirabade isn't one of them. Go on, Waldif. That's the whole story. Waldif crosses his arms, looking affronted. Some family this turned out to be. It's just a name in the end. In a real family, people take each other at their word. They don't throw around accusations. I didn't take the moon of the abyss. What am I gonna do with it? You can't sell it to no crusaders. It's a special item. You can't wear it, it'll get nicked. It's pretty to look at, for sure, but it ain't that pretty. If it's that important to you, Sister Charisme, I'll find it. And I'll drag the traitor here by the horns, just so you don't end up at the bottom of the cellar. But do you know what you're gonna owe me for that? An apology. Right here, in front of everyone. You're going to apologize loud and clear so everybody hears it. You'll say, sorry, Woljif, you're a good guy and I was wrong about you. Fine. You're one of my people, which is why I'm going to give you some time. But if you run, Brother Woljif, the family will get you wherever you go. You'll spend the rest of your life looking over your shoulder, tossing and turning at night, bearing poison in every cup and every meal. You'll look into the eyes of every tiefling you meet wondering if the family's come for you. You'll have no peace, but one day you'll be tired of running. You'll stop to catch your breath, and that is when we'll get you. Got that? You've a way with words, Sister Charisma. A way that almost made me wet myself, but a way nonetheless. Let's go, Chief. We'll go chat to that scary gal Arabelle. She knows you a little. We can ask her who ratted us out. I'll let you do the talking. We'll find the real traitor. And I'll get my apology. Onward to Arabeth, Chief. Let's go clear my good name. Root out the traitor, but be quick about it. Time's running out. I don't want to get chewed up by demons. Okay. Let's get to it. Alright, staying lightly equipped is also keeping me from... I'll save some time at least. It doesn't hinder my travel time when I'm over-encumbered. If I'm over-encumbered. Where's she at? This way. Okay. There's a traitor I'm trying to track down. Who is your informant among the thieflings? Arabeth arches her brow in surprise. Junobris is being threatened by a demon horde, and you have enough time to spare time to help out thieves? Arabeth sighs. I don't like this, but I hope you know what you're doing. I'll tell you everything I know. I did not see my informant's face. He slipped out of the dark alley, handed me the note, and disappeared. Erebeth hesitates as she tries to remember. He had a cloak with a hood masking his face, but the long horns didn't fit under it. There should be a guardian golem in Ancient Trees of Wonders, the shop they tried to rob. The owner gave us the construct's code word just in case. The golem itself was destroyed, but the head seems to be intact. So you can interrogate the thing and find out what it saw. The code word is Hand of Aurori. The shop's owner must have escaped. But there's a chance you'll get lucky with the golem. And we have the shop's location. The Aurori. Aurori, also known as Master of Masters, the Enlightened One, and the Perfect Human, is the god of enlightenment, self-perfection, knowledge, healing, and inner strength. His followers claim that he was once a mortal who achieved absolute physical and mental perfection, and thus attained divinity of his own volition. He is one of the core gods, if not the most powerful deity, of the Vudrani pantheon, but has an increasing following in the Inner Sea region as well. Neat. That's good. Alright, cool. With that out the way, we can go straight back. Let's go to that shop. Should really go back and get rid of all the extra weight. Let's see. We'll sort by date, oldest to newest. Is there anything I really need to keep here? Yeah, I want to hold on to those kids. Alright. Ancient Trees and Wonders. Morning rest.
Can we retreat already?
Okay.
Into the fray!
So the conjurer first. Yeah, there's a conjurer and a fighter. Kill a spellcaster first.
No mistakes.
Well, that kind of sucks. I should have done this first. This, Out of the Angels thing lasts for an hour. And so does Okay.
Hello? Is anyone there?
I crave your commands.
Before I forget,
Please get me out of here!
need
I don't
to
steal. I
am
encourage
prepared.
people to save the poor, helpless tieflings around the world.
Pull me out!
Starting with me.
Hello? Hello? Is anyone there?
you know that will loot the place.
Please? Get me out of here!
So, yes.
I can hear your footsteps! Pull me out! Hello?
Let's see, some scrolls have been torn apart and some have been trodden on by muddy sheep.
I'll go ahead.
Hello? Is anyone there?
What's that?
Please get me out of here!
A demonic heart.
I can hear your footsteps! Pull me out! Hello?
Wait. Let me do this.
Hello? Is anyone there?
What was it? Pipe fox. See, knowledge arcana and perception checks. Okay, again. Who has good perception that I can improve for? Guess the best bet is to give it to Woljif. But he's gonna be using magic item with the scrolls. I'll wait till someone better equipped comes along. I can give it to either Camellia or Siva. They have terrible knowledge arcana, but they both have a +7 to perception. I guess I can give it to Camellia. I'm expecting her to get hit less.
I heed the voice of the spirits.
Okay.
Please? Get me out of here! I can hear your footsteps! Pull me out! Hello?
Later.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Unique weapons and antique armor were previously displayed on these stands. It is unlikely their new owners even know their true value. Unfortunately.
Please get me
The
out
polished
of here!
oak shells showcase magic rings, amulets, and all that's left are the grubby handprints of the robbers. Same.
Now, what is that?
Alright. A ring. Oh, the one that just was talking about.
I know the way.
Okay, now I'll pull out the
Please? Get me out of here!
Free at last. I thought I'd be flattened like a pancake under that rubble. Much obliged. Damn, I'm not in any pain, but my head is still foggy for some reason. What's with all the hubbub in the city? The name's Finian. I'm a Pathfinder. If there's anything I can do to help, I will.
You're a Pathfinder.
That's right, Finian Dismar, Pathfinder and Crusader. I roam around the world wound wherever my tasks lead me. Scouting mostly, but this last while I've just been hanging around in Canabras, waiting until I'm needed again. I'm bored out of my mind, but at least this shop makes for better lodging than some inn.
What I meant was, what are you?
What's that supposed to mean? I just told you. You want to know where I hail from, is that it? Well, I'm from around here, actually. We Kelets of the Star-Eye clan fled when the World Wound troubles began. But I couldn't stand by while the demons wreaked havoc, so I came back. did you mean to ask about my weapon of choice? My best weapon is every weapon. I'm a skilled and capable fellow, if I do say so myself. I can swing a sword and poke with a spear, but what I am best at is communing with the spirits. They call folks like me phantom blades.
Phantom blade? What's that?
It's like a spiritualist, but with a twist. It means that some spirit took a liking to me at some point, and it can turn into whatever weapon I need. Handy, eh? I don't need any whetstones or enchantments. Doesn't take up space either. Although, to be fair, it's not a barrel of laughs. The spirits that bestow this kind of power don't come from happy places, and they're not exactly bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. They usually appear after great battles that leave few survivors.
The lack of awareness is horrible. Okay. The city is under attack by the demons.
Wait, what? The last thing I saw was some thieves breaking in here. And then the guards came, everyone was running around. After that, it's a bit of a blur. Right when things got intense, they dropped the cabinet on me. I couldn't even help the owner. I was just lying under the shelves like a dimwit until you came along. If there are demons in Canabras, we must do something about it. The city needs every blade it can get. Hey, do you mind taking me with you? I don't think I can handle this alone. And besides, the more the merrier.
How did you end up in this shop?
I've been waiting here so long I don't even remember anymore. Just sitting and waiting for any word from the Pathfinders, but it looks like everyone has forgotten about me. The shop owner is an old friend of the Pathfinders, so I've taken up residence here.
Alright, I'll take you with me.
I swear you won't regret it. I can do all sorts of things. Is there anything your party is missing? A sword, a spear, a bow? Just say the word.
Okay. Finian. Several times Finian was patched. At one point he was considered overpowered. At another point they tried to nerf him to make him fair, and then he was way too weak. I think they fixed him to where he's balanced now, but who can say? Let's see. For now, he can't turn into a buckler, even if I did have shield bash. Let's see. So until a better longsword comes along, I'm gonna have Alucard using Radiance. Or yeah. Let's see, maybe I'll just have Sela use it. Or Woljif. Woljif can dual wield short swords, right? Let's see. He's got finesse training with a dagger. And it's dexterity modifier to damage rolls. It's just strength. Okay. So that means the dagger hits with a +5, but the short sword hits with a +1. Okay. I will turn into a dagger for Woljif. +1 Ghost Touch. Yeah. There. There's a better weapon. I'm not sure what it would be. That's getting too range. Alright. Well, that's enough of that.
I'll prove I'm the best.
Focus on the goal. Follow my lead.